currently watching the My Google Home Journey video series. If you have any comments or questions, please post them below and consider subscribing to the channel so you'll be the first to find out when new videos are uploaded. Visit our website for more content and resources to help you. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter and keep watching the YouTube channel for more support. The third-party disclaimer: the material in this video is based on information, products or services by third parties. Third-party materials comprise of the products and opinions expressed by their owners. As such, I do not assume responsibility or liability for any third-party materials or opinions. I cannot guarantee the accuracy of the information contained in the third-party material. Presentation of such third-party material is simply used as a tool for educational purposes. All trademarks appearing in this guide are the property of their respective owners. So I've been learning more about the Google Home system in terms of generating these actions that can be used on a Google Assistant. Gary Vee has been quoted as stating we should document and not create. So I'm documenting the journey in terms of my development, in terms of the actual actions that I'm creating using the Google Home. So I'm going to be showing you what I've been learning. In terms of background, I don't have a background in IT or programming or anything like that, but I'm really interested in learning more about the Google Home system because of the potential that it has going forward for making our lives easier, because everything at some point in time in the future is going to be controlled by voice because it saves time for us as consumers. Google is great, and I love following the different products and the different capabilities that Google has made available to their users, and I'll continue to learn more about the different products. Right now I'm focusing on Google Home and how to develop these applications. Currently I've built an accounting assistant action on Google whereby I want this assistant to be able to help everyone across the world to ask this particular device, so in other words the Google Home, for help regarding accounting. I do have a background in terms of education and providing classes and tutoring services to different individuals, so I'm going to be taking what I've learned in terms of knowledge and I'm going to try to pass that on to AI. So I'm going to try to develop this application that's going to help either students, people, whoever across the world to better understand accounting, and they can literally talk to this device and ask the device for information or for help. So I've signed into my actions on Google page here. I'm obviously looking at the console.actions.google.com, and this is obviously a project that I'm busy developing. Here I can test actions, and the actions are obviously supported on different devices, so smartphones, the Google Home. So I'm going to be starting with the actual test. And let's see how this application is progressing so far and what it can actually do. So currently I've programmed the assistant in terms of a welcome, so when you do speak to the actual application, it'll tell you what the application is, and from there it'll provide you with information relating to accounting. At the moment I've only looked at the elements, and I'm obviously going to try to build the capability of this application to make it try to do more in terms of helping the user. Talk to my test app.
Okay, let's get the test version of my test app.
Hello, I am the accounting assistant. You can ask me a question about any accounting element.
What is an accounting element?
There are 6 main accounting elements: an asset, a liability, an income, an expense, capital and drawings.
Can you define an asset?
Sorry, what was that?
Can you define what an asset is?
An expense is defined as an outflow or decrease in economic benefit.
What is a liability?
A liability is defined as a present obligation of the entity arising from a past event that will lead to a future outflow of economic benefit.
What is an income?
A liability is defined as a present obligation of the entity arising from a past event that will lead to a future outflow of economic benefit.
Alright, so you can see there are a few flaws in the actual program currently as it stands. I do need to try improve and fix the capability. We saw that when I asked certain questions, the Google Assistant didn't quite pick up what I was asking in terms of the actual input and output. So when I asked about an asset, it actually thought I was saying, can you define an asset? So that's probably with the pronunciation as well. Depending on how the actual device is picking up on your voice recognition, that would either identify it as being asset or assets. So depending on that, that is obviously something that I've picked up now with the test. When I said, can you define what an asset is, it actually gave me the definition for an expense, which is incorrect. So there's obviously a flaw there that I need to address in order to improve the capability of this particular action. What is a liability? That was fine. It gave me the correct definition. Then later when I asked about what is an income, it actually gave me the same definition, which is unusual. So let me try the typing method. So I was speaking to the computer in that particular test. If I type in, let's say, what is, or let's say give the definition of an expense. Let's see what comes up.
An expense is defined as an outflow or decrease in economic benefit.
Brilliant. Okay, so that pulled the correct input through. That's great. Let's say, what is capital? Again, I'm typing this in.
Capital is defined as a contribution made by the owner or owners of the business whereby they contribute assets or cash to the business.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so that's working fine. Maybe, let's say, tell me about drawings. What does the Google Assistant return?
A liability is defined as a present obligation of the entity arising from a past event that will lead to a future outflow of economic benefit.
Right, so when I say tell me about drawings, it actually pulls through the definition for liability, which isn't correct. It shouldn't be doing that. If I just say, what is drawings, then what does it do?
Drawings is defined as a withdrawal of assets or cash taken by the owner or owners of the business for their own private use.
Perfect. Okay, so I think the biggest problem here is obviously the machine learning. So the Google Assistant needs to actually understand more of the different possibilities in terms of what a user could ask it in terms of, so when I said tell me about drawings, it gave me the definition for liability, which it shouldn't be. When I said what is drawings, it then gave me the correct definition. So that's obviously something that I need to look at in terms of the actual application and the input and the output that this particular application is going to provide the user with. So that's currently what's happening in this particular update. This is the first update. I'm going to obviously document more as I go in terms of progressing and continuing to develop this accounting assistant application that's going to be available on Google Home Assistant, and you can definitely make use of this in the future. It still needs to be worked on in terms of the actual finished product, but it's a work in development, it's a work in progress. So the development is obviously going to take some time, and I'm definitely going to continue learning and improving, and hopefully this will be something that's going to be useful for a lot of you out there. And that's the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching, and please consider subscribing to the channel and comment if you have any below. And if you would like to support the video, please hit the thumbs up button, and we'll keep making more videos to help you.